I'm going to discuss about our topic, which is curricular landscape for the 21st century. First, this is the curriculum blueprint for the 21st century. So this is talking about the learners, in which, when, how, where, and what are they going to learn in the 21st century curriculum. And then, this is the description or the comparison between the 20th century classroom and also the 21st century classroom. This is comparing what is the difference between the past or the former curriculum and also the present curriculum. It is talking about the global classroom. The first difference is fragmented curriculum and integrated curriculum. Fragmented curriculum means that in each period, there are different types or topics that is being discussed to the learners. When in integrated curriculum, in the whole year, the topic that was discussed for the first quarter is also connected to the fourth quarter. It means that it is being combined with the past lessons. Next one, for the 20th century, time-based, and the 21st century, outcome-based. So for the time-based, this is focusing about the periodical periods, the time span of each lesson. While in outcome-based, it is focusing for the product or the lessons that the learners are already applying in the future, of course. And then the third, focus on memorization for the 20th century. Memorization means that this is focusing about the learners to be focused or to learn the knowledge in their mind. They're always focusing on the subject itself and also textbooks. While in 21st century, it is focusing on what students know and also can do, and they're like after all the details and are forgotten. So this means that instead of memorization, they are understanding already the lesson. Next one, lessons focus on lower level of Bloom's taxonomy. As you can see, or as you can remember, the lowest section of Bloom's taxonomy is remembering. So, as I've said a while ago, it is about memorization, remembering. While in 21st century, lessons focus on upper level of Bloom's taxonomy. So this means the students, instead of remembering, they are able to create something. They are able to produce something out of the lessons or out of the things that they have learned in the curriculum or from the curriculum. Next one, textbook-driven and research-driven. For the textbook-driven, this is also connected a while ago with the memorization itself. It means that for the textbook-driven, the learners are only limited with the books that they have. While in research-driven, this is not only limiting the students in books, but also it is limiting the students, or it is giving the students the freedom to have more references and to have more problems to solve for another knowledge or for another thing to research about. For example, the term papers and the thesis papers. Alright, for the next one, passive learning and active learning. For the passive learning, it is only the teacher who is facilitating or who is leading the students in learning. While in active learning, it is the students themselves who are doing their actions or who are doing their jobs to master the subject that they are having. Next one, learners work in isolation classroom within four walls. So it means that they are limited only inside their classroom. While in the 21st century, learners work collaboratively with classmates and others. This means that they are already having participation and cooperation with the other classmates inside the classroom. It is not like the activities are for individuals only. Not like that. For this one, the learners are able to participate, to collaborate, and also to interact with their classmates and also their group mates. Next one, problem of discipline. Way back before, years ago, some teachers are being strict in a way that they are already hurting their students. And also, they are pinching their students or using some wooden sticks to pat their students' hands like that. While in 21st century, students and teachers mutually respect each other. There is already the relationship that is being created. And it is the thing that I can consider as the big difference from before's curriculum and today's curriculum. Because before, it is only centered with the teacher themselves. But in today's curriculum, for the 21st century curriculum, the relationship and the respect is also being formed. Why? Because the teachers are already letting the students to learn by themselves. And the students are just being led or being facilitated by their teachers without hurting them already. Next one, teacher-centered and student-centered. It is already clear a while ago that I told you that before it is student-centered and now it is teacher-centered, and now it is already student-centered. In a way that the students are already producing the things that they have learned. While before, it is only the teachers who are having the rights to talk, who are having the rights to ask questions, or who are having the rights to give projects, give outputs like that. But now, the students also have the right to ask their teachers, and especially the teachers are just asking questions to be answered by their students through understanding and also through the help of self-learning and also group learning. Next one, problem of discipline. Alright, it is just being repeated because the thing from the former table that I had, it is originally taken like that. It is repeated. Okay, next one. Little to no student freedom. Little to no student freedom. This means that the students do not have their freedom in learning. They are limited with the textbooks. They are limited with the hours that their teacher are giving them to learn, and also for the discussion in every subject's hours. While in the 21st century, great deal of the student freedom. There is already the thing that is called freedom in this century, in this 21st century, which means that the students are having more capabilities and also more chances and opportunities to discover what they are already having or what skills do they have to enhance, because it is written there that they have the freedom for themselves to create and also to learn more. Next one, fragmented column and integrated and interdisciplinary. So this is also connected a while ago with the fragmented curriculum and also integrated curriculum. Next, low expectations for the 20th century and for the 21st century, high expectations to succeed. So for the 20th century, why is it written there that they have low expectations? This is because the teachers are only limiting the students in school hours. That's why the expectation of them to be successful is also little, is also low, because the hours of their learning is just short and it is lacking for more learnings to come. While in high expectations to succeed, they are also having their freedom, and when they have freedom, they have the key to reach the success that they have to do or they have to achieve. Next one, teacher is the sole judge. And then, for the 21st century, self, peer, and other assessment. From the 20th century, teacher is the sole judge because it is only the teacher who has the right to judge you, to criticize you, and also to tell you what is your development or what is your weaknesses. But for the 21st century, it is written there that yourself also can judge you, your peers also can judge you, and other assessment. What other assessment? Like quiz, like tests, exams, and also group activities, team buildings, like that. Because in this, the students are being judged not only by the teacher but also everywhere they go, in every project, in every output, in every activity. Alright, next one. curriculum is the irrelevant to learners. And then for the 21st, curriculum is related to students. Curriculum is irrelevant to learners, meaning that the teachers are teaching the subject even though they know or they are aware that the students already know the subject. It seems like that they're not focusing on the weaknesses. They are focusing on the subject that is written for the timeline of the subjects. While in 21st century, curriculum is related to students. Why? Because, for example, in English, when we are teaching English literature, we are connecting the story itself to the learners so that it is better for them and it is easier for them to understand. Next one, pencil and paper. We are all aware that before, the only way to assess students is by the use of exams, pencils and papers. It's like the performance tests are not so necessary before. But now, performance, products, and multiple forms of media are used for learning assessment. It means that it is not only the pens and papers are being used for you to have your grades, but also your performance itself. How do you apply the lessons? How do you create the new things from the lessons that you've learned? And also, multiple forms of media are being used. For example, computers, PowerPoints, like for example, teachers are going to assign the learners in discussing. They are going to have PowerPoints using the computers or laptops and projectors. Next one, last two for this category. Diversity of learners is ignored. And then for the 21st century, curriculum addresses learners' diversity. So for the 20th century, most of the time, often, the schools are not considering the differences of the students. It seems like, bahala kayo dyan, like that. But, in the 21st century, the curriculum addresses learners' diversity. In this way, if the students are aware with their diversity and differences, this is also the key for them to have unity and to have respect with each other. Knowing each other's differences is also forming the respect and unity between each other. Last one, literacy in 3 R's. What are the 3 R's? First, reading. Second, writing. And the third is arithmetic. While in 21st century, multiple literacies, which will be discussed later. Alright, let's proceed to the next one. The next category under 21st century curriculum is the 5 frames of thinking by Howard Gardner. First, the disciplined mind. Second, the synthesizing mind. Third, the creating mind. Fourth, the respectful mind. And lastly, the ethnical mind. Generally, these 5 frames of thinking talks about the discipline of the student on controlling himself. Second, the way of the student on understanding the subject matter. Third, the way that the student is already constructing or producing another or new information or new product or new thing under the lesson that he had learned. Fourth, the respectful mind. Of course, as a student and as a learner, you are learning respect by learning the good morals inside the school. Also outside the school, that must be applied. And the last one, the ethnical mind, which is you have to be professional in times, and also ethnical mind talks about good ethics. Next one. There are key characteristics of the 21st century curriculum and education. First one, integrated and interdisciplinary. Second, global classroom. Third, student-centered. Fourth, research-driven. Fifth, technologies and media. Sixth, 21st century skills. Seventh, relevant, rigorous, and real-world. And lastly, adapting to and creating constant personal and social change and lifelong learning. Generally, this is talking about the things that you have to apply and also you have to learn from the 21st century. Also, in these ones, you have the skills that could be considered for you to be able to go along with the flow of the curriculum itself. Next one. Skills for the 21st century learners and teachers. This is talking about the skills or the potentials that the teacher and also the learners must be capable of. There are 6. First, literacy. This talks about the knowledge. Second, numeracy. It is being related with mathematics. Third, information and communication technology competence. This is talking about ICT literacy. In this way, the students and the teachers are also must be knowledgeable with using technology and media. Why? For the teachers, there are some students who are visual learners, and of course, the more you catch the attention of the students, it is better for you to use technologies like laptop, projector, and also motivations like videos, film viewing, etc. For the learners, the teachers are also assigning modernized projects and outputs like filmmaking or also reporting by the use of PowerPoints and also broadcasting, etc. And with that, with the activities that the teachers must do and with the outputs that the learners must do, it is very important that they have to be knowledgeable in ICT. Fourth one, ethical behavior. In ethical behavior, it is being related with a good moral. You have to have the positive feedback and also the good attitude towards the others also. Fifth, personal and social competence. This is talking about the communication skills itself of the learners and also the teachers. Also, in this one, personal competence and social competence is talking about the progress of the teacher and the students also in communicating and connecting with others. Why? For the teachers to connect with their students and for the students to connect with their teachers and also with their co-students. And last one, intercultural understanding. For intercultural understanding, this is talking about the culture of the world and also the multicultural classroom. We are talking about that in one classroom, you will not see just one culture. There are a lot of cultures and traditions that is being seen and also being witnessed. And with that, you have to understand it. You have to be open with it. And this talks about the open-mindedness of the teacher and the students themselves. Next one, clusters that will address the different life skills. We have 8. First, media literacy. As I was saying a while ago, they should be knowledgeable with ICT. Second, financial literacy. Third, arts and creativity. Fourth, eco-literacy. Fifth, cyber literacy. Sixth, physical fitness and health literacies. Seventh, globalization and multicultural literacy. Eighth, social or emotional literacies. Technically, these are talking about the issues in the world. These are talking about economics, taxation, arts and creativity. Also for the cyber literacy because nowadays, internet is being used more often. Also physical fitness and health literacies because there are some emergencies that you need to know or be knowledgeable about first aids. 7, globalization and multicultural literacy. And then 8, social and emotional literacies. Like I was saying a while ago, communication skills is being developed and being enhanced more in 21st century. Next one. We have 8 skills required for learners of the 21st century. And this will be discussed with my partner, Sir Arman Sulit.
Good day. Today, we're going to continue our discussion about the curriculum landscape of the 21st century. But before we discuss the second part of our discussion, let us have a quick review of the first part of our discussion. So Jenny Samson discussed the curriculum blueprint of the 21st century, and then she discussed also the comparison or difference of the 20th century classroom and then the 21st century classroom. The third one, she discussed the 5 frames of thinking. The next one, she also discussed the characteristics or the key characteristics of the 21st century curriculum. And then the next one, or the last part of Jenny's discussion, is the skills of the 21st century students and teachers. So on our second part of our discussion, we're going to discuss the 8 skills required for learners of the 21st century. But before that, we all know that the goal of the K-12 curriculum is to cater the needs of the students. So in short, this curriculum is a student-centered curriculum. So without further ado, let us discuss the 8 skills required for learners of the 21st century. So first one, gather, analyze, and synthesize information. So as a teacher, we expect that our students can gather information, and then after gathering information, our student can analyze it, and last part is this, our student can synthesize information, meaning to say he or she can produce another information. So number 2, work independently to a high standard with minimal supervision. So as a teacher, as a facilitator of learning, so hayaan natin na ang bata ang makadiskubre ng mga information. But as a teacher, we have to facilitate them. So number 3, lead others through influence. Next one, we have be creative and turn such creativity into action. So we all know this is part of the 4 C's, right? So being creative or creativity. So as a student daw, hindi ka lang dapat maging creative. So as a student, you should turn that creativity into action. Meaning to say, you should be innovative. Magkalapit yon, yung creativity and in being creative and innovative. So number 5, we have think critically and ask right questions. So another 4C, so the critical thinking skills. So dapat makita daw natin as a teacher sa mga bata yung gantong skills na they're thinking out of the box. So and then there are syempre skills din naman ang pag-ask ng questions. Kailangan daw makita natin yon sa mga estudyante natin. So number 6, so understand others' perspective. So meaning to say, our students should be receptive. So being receptive, this is our student is open to other ideas or opinions of others. Kasi pag receptive ang isang bata or open siya sa ibang perspective ng ibang tao, he or she can be a better student, di ba? Number 7, communicate effectively using technology. So 21st century, we all know that this is the age of computers. So dapat computer literate na yung mga bata. Kailangan they can communicate effectively using technology. Kailangan sanay sila sa mga makabagong teknolohiya. Number 8, work ethically, firmly based on the society and the planet as a whole. So dapat yung bata, paglabas niya sa eskwelahan o pag nagtrabaho na siya, dapat competent na siya as a worker. So next one, so After knowing the 8 skills required for the learners of the 21st century, let us discuss the cluster of skills for the 21st century. Ito, naka-cluster na, nakagrupo na yung mga skills ng mga bata. So number 1, we have the learning. As you can see, learning and innovation skills. So learning and innovation skills, dito pumapasok yung critical thinking skills and problem solving skills ng bata. Dito yun, sa cognitive, ito yung cognitive skills ng mga bata. Another one, dito rin nakita yung creativity and innovation. Yun, so being creative as a student. And then, isa pa sa learning and innovation skills ay ang oral and written communication. So, dapat yung bata can communicate orally and written. So, next one, we have, as you can see, the citizenship skills. So, citizenship skills, dito pumapasok yung valuing diversity. So, as a student, dapat vina-value nila yung pagkakaiba-iba nila despite of the race, yung culture, yung pagkakaiba-iba ng mga estudyante. So, another is global awareness. So, global awareness, dapat aware tayo as a student sa kung ano man nangyayari sa paligid natin, hindi lang sa country natin, hindi lang sa bansa natin, kundi worldwide, kundi sa buong mundo din. Dapat aware tayo sa mga nangyayari sa buong mundo. Next one, pumapasok din sa citizenship skills yung ecological and environmental awareness. And then also, in citizenship skills, we have values, ethics, and professionalism. So next one, we have, on the third cluster, we have life skills. So sa life skills naman, we have 6. So dito pumapasok ang flexible and adaptability ng bata, yung initiative and self-direction, teamwork and collaboration. Yung napakahalaga ng teamwork and collaboration kasi doon mas marami tayong nalalaman pag grupo tayo, pag mas marami tayong nalalaman ng ideas, pag maraming pumapasok ng idea, mas better. So next one, we have social and cross-cultural skills. So parang yun din yun sa diversity, dapat alam natin yung kultura na pinanggagalingan ng iba't ibang tao. Next one, productivity and accountability. Kasama pa rin siya sa life skills. And then last one, leadership and responsibility. So next one, the last cluster of skills for the 21st century, we have knowledge, information, media and technology, literacy, skills. So dito pumapasok yung content mastery ng bata, yung information literacy, yung media literacy, and then the ICT literacy. So yun nga, pag sabi ko dun sa kanina sinabi ko na kailangan computer literate na yung mga bata kasi yung 21st century, it's more on technology na siya. More on computers na ang pinapagana. So next one, after we discussed the 7 survival skills of the 21st century, ito yung parang, this is the 21st century skill sets and key development areas for the students. So ito yung, dito nakalagay yung clusters of skills for the 21st century. So nandito yung learning and innovation skills, knowledge, information, media and technology literacy skills, life skills, and citizenship skills. Yeah. So our second to the last topic, we have to discuss, or we're going to discuss, the 7 surviving skills for the 21st century curriculum. So first one, we have critical thinking and problem solving. So yun nga, kailangan hindi mawala sa skills ng bata itong critical thinking skills kasi napakalaga na they're thinking out of the box. And then also the problem solving. So number 2, we have collaboration across networks and leading by influence. So collaboration, mag-focus tayo sa collaboration. Let's focus on collaboration. So no man's an island. So kailangan natin mag-collaborate sa iba't ibang tao para makagather tayo ng iba't ibang information. Next one, we have agility and adaptability. Meaning to say, the student should be flexible and can adapt to the rapidly changing world. So yung bata dapat flexible siya kung anong man yung pinagawa sa kanila, kaya nilang gawin. And then yung adaptability, yun din, they can adapt to the rapidly changing world. Kailangan nilang ma-adapt kung ano man yung changes na nangyayari sa world at sa buong mundo. So initiative and entrepreneurship. So initiative, yung bata dapat siya na yung nag-initiate na gawin yung mga gawain. Hindi na dapat sa kanya inuutos pa ng teacher kasi napakagandang skills ng bata kung mismo siya ang nag-initiate sa mga kung ano man yung dapat gawin. Next one, number 5, effective oral and written communication. Yun nga, sinabi ko na dapat the student should be effective and efficient in written communication. Kailangan hasana sila sa mga ganyan. Next one, accessing and analyzing information. So, parang dito yun sa critical thinking skills din, the student should analyze the gathered information. Curiosity and imagination. So, nagfo-fall ito sa creativity. So, pag na-curious yung bata, it can lead into imagination, and then that imagination, doon mo makikita yung creativity ng isang bata. So, and then, okay, on our last part of our discussion, let us discuss the core values at the heart of the 21st century curriculum. So, let us compare the core values of the basic education curriculum and the K-12 curriculum. So, on BEC, or the basic education curriculum, we have 4 core values, which are the Maka-Diyos or pro-God, Makatao, pro-man, third one, Makadbayan, pro-country, 4, Makakalikasan, pro-nature. So on the other side, we have 7 core values of the K-12 curriculum. So we have first, respect and truth. Number 2, love and Godwill. 3, spirituality. Number 4, justice. Number 5, respect and nature. 6, nationhood. And 7, peace. So that's it. That's our report. I hope you learned a lot for our report. And bye.